AI has often been regarded as a fantasy form of tech. People visualize it as robots, which isn't far from reality, as AI is a technology that enables computers to perform a variety of advanced functions that mirror the human thought process. So instead of robots playing chess against you, it looks more like this. But people are afraid of this form of technology, especially in education. When research was started at Dartmouth University in 1956, the journey up to it helping students cheat in class was largely unthought of because it never seemed possible to get that far. But as society developed with events like COVID locking down students into online learning and the implementation of tech into the modern life, AI was such a prevalent issue in the school environment with the potential to dramatically change how teachers grade assignments, design their lesson plans, how students learn, and how students adapt for the future. So naturally, educators took a variety of stances on the issue. However, we firmly believe that AI in schools improves learning outcomes for students, and the potential benefits far outweigh the potential drawbacks for both students and teachers, especially when used responsibly. This is Mr. Nesbitt, a government and law teacher at Green Level High School. Here's his opinion on AI in the educational space.
Con. I know that it is perceived as a con more than it should be. If anything, it's another tool, right? On the pro side, it's the potential is huge. On the con side, we have to learn to figure out how to promote it as a tool.
This interview shows how Mr. Nesbitt, as a teacher, actually views AI as more of a benefit rather than a con, stating on the pro side the potential is huge. This shows how we must raise awareness and promote AI as a tool and change the negative perception of AI. Other teachers around the country feel similarly, with 55% of a survey taken agreeing that AI has bettered educational outcomes. This is significant because it shows how teachers have realized the potential of AI in making not only their students' lives easier, but also their lives, and have integrated it into their classroom accordingly. And there's good reason behind why it is a tool which the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction supports, claiming that AI can help teachers automate administrative tasks, help make lesson plans, teach digital literacy, and offer assistance to students outside of school. The North Carolinian government hopping on the AI bandwagon shows the untapped potential of AI, stating that AI, while not perfect, is a powerful tool that can be used by educators and students alike to expand their own abilities, and clearly showing that AI, when used responsibly, has benefits that outweigh the cons. Carl Ryder, a CEO of Precision Lender, a company that applied technology to banks, claims that AI and human intelligence can merge together to do transformative things if students are taught now how to use AI in both ethical and positive ways. Carl Ryden's viewpoint is especially important since he has the credibility of a wealthy and tech savvy CEO, further emphasizing the point that AI can do remarkable things since it clearly has impacted Mr. Ryden personally. However, there is another viewpoint, which Miss Evans, English teacher at Green Level High School, is here to talk about.
Would you say AI has been a pro or a con to education? You can elaborate on why.
I would say overall it has been a con because even though this technology has, so many good purposes and it can do so many good things for us as a society as a whole, when you put that very, very powerful technology in the hands of like 14-year-old kids, it's obviously going to be very tempting to use it to just do the thing for you, we've never seen a technology before that could write your whole entire essay for you, and so then you don't have to practice those very important skills of writing and analysis and all of those things that we're trying to teach, especially when sometimes it's hard when you're younger to see the value in what you're learning. And so if AI is presenting you with a shortcut, I think it's very tempting to want to use that.
Surveys collected at Green Level shows that 72.7% of the surveyed population claims to have used an AI platform for a graded assignment, and that a total of 72.8% of students claim to use AI anywhere between sometimes to all the time. No one in the surveyed population claimed to never use AI. When looking at these numbers and teachers' statements, don't feel dismayed. Instead of perceiving AI as a threat to society, it should be embraced and taught responsibly so these 72.7% of students can learn to use AI without cheating or plagiarizing. But it's not just the students' fault when it comes to AI and the lack of education on how to use it. Even Ms. Evans can admit to this.
Teachers need to learn more about how we can teach kids how to use it. You know what I mean? I personally don't know enough about how to use the technology in order to be effective at teaching students how to use it.
Right.
And so that's something that I need to learn more of.
Perhaps it's the generational difference that makes it so hard for teachers and students to come to an agreement and an understanding of how AI should work in a classroom.
I've done this long enough to remember when, people started seeing phones in classrooms and freaking out that, oh, they can Google stuff, and even going back to like when Wikipedia was controversial. So it's just another tool that we have to get used to. Is you have people for whom that technology comes more second nature or automatically or intuitively because you guys have grown up surrounded by this. It's like, of course, AI is the next thing. And, people who are my age are like, oh my God, it's going to be the Terminator, And so we have to figure out how we can use this.
This also goes back to Ms. Evans' response when she states that she doesn't know enough about the technology to integrate it into her classroom. Well, the best way to learn is through experience. By getting hands-on experience with AI tools, both teachers and students can build confidence and competence, ultimately bridging the gap between technological potential and practical application in the classroom. So what's next? Wake County has chose to allow ChatGPT to exist in the educational space. The next step is working to adapt. The school administration has worked on honor code regulations regarding AI. Teachers and administrators are going to seminars about AI, but it comes down to the methods and progress in mentality. Teachers need to introduce useful AI tools so that students don't rely just on ChatGPT and can actually learn. DEAP Learning Lab is one of those tools. It's a tool for AP history classes that have many useful functions.
Let's walk through a groundbreaking AI tool created by DEAP Learning Lab. Once you click on Explore Courses, you will see the wide range of courses available on the site. For this demo, we will go with AP World History, a class that I took in freshman year where I greatly benefited from this AI tool. As soon as we launch this site, we immediately see a course overview on the right, with important facts from each chapter and a unit summaries, perfect for last-minute review and cram sessions. We can see a space to type questions on the bottom to ask the AI anything about this course. Now let's try out these buttons on the left, labeled SAQ Workshop. Like when we click on these buttons, we can see a general formula of how to write a SAQ on the right and different task boards and clues to look out for in the prompt. On the left, you can see 3 boxes where you can input a prompt, a stimulus, and your response to the prompt, which will be graded by the AI bot. Now we can review the feedback the AI tool has given us. It will give us an overview of the prompt, our response, and then it will evaluate our response on accuracy and give an explanation as well. Then give us a point value. Pay particular attention to the detailed nature of the feedback. It gives in clear instructions and guidelines on how to gain all points and if we did so. So you can see similar features in the LAQ workshop and DBQ workshop. Other types of FRQs that are essential to get a good grade in any history class or any AP class. Lastly, let's showcase the QuizBot feature in the top right. This tool generates sample questions tailored to a specific unit of your choice, offering a focused and efficient study method. By stimulating real exam conditions and targeting key topics, it helps reinforce your understanding, ensure you're thoroughly prepared for assessments.
It's clear that there are ways to use AI responsibly if following WCPS's guidelines and using programs like DEAP. But teachers need to be willing to embrace change because it's understandable that they don't want their students to be dependent on AI, nor do they want AI becoming more competent than the student. But an expert in AI could ease teachers' minds. According to Chris Dede, a senior researcher and associate director of research at the National Institute of Adult Learning and Online Education.
Don't be scared, but figure out how to use this to your advantage.
Yeah, don't be scared. AI is not smart. It really isn't. People would be appalled if they knew how little AI understands what it's telling you, especially given how much people seem to be relying on it. But it is capable of taking over parts of what you do that are routine and predictable, and in turn freeing up the creative and the innovative and the human parts that are really the rewarding part of both work and life.
Lastly, let's talk about the ethical concerns of AI. AI can inherit and even amplify biases present in training data. This can lead to discriminatory outcomes in hiring, lending, and college applications. This bias is a critical ethical concern that must be addressed for AI to be completely trusted and integrated in schools. However, ChatGPT and other AI platforms will always have stereotypes and biases because AI is trained on real world data, and this data can be flawed because humans are naturally flawed. This dilemma will always persist, a paradox that AI will never be perfect because it was built and trained by humans. Therefore, it is ultimately up to the students to realize that not everything AI churns out is factual. You will need to analyze for sources of bias and misinformation when using artificial intelligence. Only this will ensure that students are using this vast database in a safe and ethical way, with the benefits outweighing the cons. If you take one thing away from this documentary today, I urge you to apply a shift in your perspective. Together, AI and humans can achieve knowledge and discovery, supporting each other's growth in a productive way.